Hi, boys and girls. All right, today we are going to be doing our extension of how to draw different cartoon characters. And so I'm going to share my screen and review what we learned about drawing different cartoon characters. Today we're just going to practice drawing different cartoon characters, really paying attention to those shapes, lines, and how those cartoonists exaggerated these different characters. Look at those. Wow. Huge shapes used for the circles. Arms are shortened, legs are elongated. Characters can be made up just using simple shapes. You can even combine plants and different animal parts. You can also play with the placement. It does not have to be realistic. In fact, that's the point. So today we're going to be practicing different cartoons, and you're going to be drawing on your own 3 different cartoon characters. It does not have to be the cartoon characters that we have as examples, but all you need is a pencil, white paper. You could also add color using any coloring tools you have. Just remember that you're seated, you have a flat space to work on, so you really get clean lines. So you can pause the video at any time if you like these how to draw cartoons. You do not, again, have to use these different how to draw sheets. You could find your own cartoons. All you have to type in is step by step and the cartoon character you wish to draw. I'm going to be demonstrating different ways to draw these cartoon characters, and only 2. And again, your job is to either practice ones that you like or come up with your own. So here is our example of how to create, oops, it should say Pikachu here. I created 2 Pokemon characters. You can create, again, whatever you like. So remember, I'm paying attention. Look, it was an organic shape, not a perfect circle. I'm also paying attention to where those lines begin and end. Pikachu does not have a thin neck. In fact, he doesn't have a neck at all. His body takes up most of the space. There's a curved line for that nose at the top. Excuse me, his mouth. He has large, exaggerated ears, similar to a bunny. So I made sure I used large triangular shapes, curved lines for those simple arms and legs. And then you'll notice when I draw his cheeks, I noticed that they were really big. The eye is a small circle with the rest of the eye filled in. And I'm going really fast here for time-lapse reasons, but I was very neat. Then for the tail, it looks like a zigzag line that gets thinner towards the body. And again, you can color in your characters. I'm just doing 1 on each page, but it would be better if you filled in your 3 characters on 1 page just to fill your space. I just did 1 per page so that you could really see the shapes of lines I used. So I'm coloring in very neatly. You can use markers or crayons. Making sure you pay attention to each of those details. Now for this one, again, you start out with those basic shapes. I left a space for the horn at the top. A curved line looks kind of like the letter M. I made the arms first, so since I'm using marker, you can use pencil. I didn't have to erase later. That's up to you. Large diagonal shapes. I'm really paying attention to where those lines begin and end. Are they above the horn, below the horn? How many zigzag lines were there? In this particular character, there were only 3. Those eyes are large oval shapes. Make sure you fill in neatly. Pay attention to each line in detail. This will help us later when we create our very own characters. Notice the simple lines and shapes. And here I used crayons so that I had 2 different pressures. I could press lightly and hard to get two different values of color. This particular character has a light blue body and head, but the top of the body, excuse me, the top of the head is dark. So for that, I pressed much harder. Oops, I dropped my camera. I was pressing so hard on the paper. Then for the yellow, I also pressed very lightly because this particular character has a lightly colored ears. So remember, when you're choosing your characters, make sure you fill up that whole space, take that nice, neat picture. You don't want it to be angled, and upload it onto Canvas so that I can see it. And don't forget to crop. You can even put your name in the bottom corner so I know whose it is. I can't wait to see what you create. See you next time.